G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on the brand new patch with a brand new map. Take a look at this monstrosity, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Forts. This is a brand new map that has been pushed to the rank ladder with this new patch. I'm excited to see how it goes down. I reckon we're going to have an absolute fiesta today. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the south side of the map in the color yellow, playing as the Byzantines, we've got Kiljardi. And on the north side of the map, in the color teal, playing as the Byzantines also, we've got Beastie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Forts. If you're enjoying this absolutely wacky, weird, wild map that we're about to experience, then make sure you leave a like on the video. It really helps out with the traction of the content. Now, let's get into it. Let's have a look and see where things differ. Get excited because we've got the Byzantines, obviously a civilization that has been buffed up recently. We've seen big changes to the system and the way that it works, and already we see a little bit of divergence between the two players. Beastie going to be going for a bit more of a classical style compared to Kiljardi, who's going to be opening up with a double system opening. So I think that overall, the way that the meta will trend, I suspect you're probably going to see players avoiding the double system opening, just mainly because it's quite a bit to fork out, and you go from 10% to 14%, you can see right there. So you're not getting a huge bonus off it. It's an extra 40% bonus on that extra gather rate that you're getting, but it's only that 40% bonus is only on that 10%, so it's not huge. But I mean, at the end of the day, it might add up, and I'd be curious to see the exact numbers on whether you can actually squeeze out, you know, this same kind of age up timing. We'll have a look and see how well it goes. But look, my suspicion is Beastie should be up a good maybe 10 to 15 seconds before Kiljardi here. Now, let's talk a little bit about this map, because this is Forts. This is a brand new map. I don't think we've ever covered this on the channel before, and there's a reason. This is absolutely ludicrous. We've never seen anything like this, let alone in the ranked map pool. This is kind of crazy. There's a lot of civilizations that immediately just jump out to me as being like a no-go civilization on a map like this. And one of them is the Byzantines, because have a look at this. Sistan in the front of the base, there is no way you're going to get a Grand Winery in here. I just don't think you can fit the Grand Winery. So it leaves you no choice but to go for the Hippodrome. He's going to move up towards this top side. I don't reckon, there's no way it's coming down. You're not fitting it down here. It's not happening. It's not. Don't even try Kiljardi. Don't bother. Go back. Send those workers back under the town center. They're not. Look at him do Grand Winery in the front of the base. Good. Hey, now this is a competitive map. But look, to be fair, I'll say this. I reckon this is probably Kiljardi's first time playing this map. Now, I will also say Kiljardi's a really good player. For anybody wondering, currently in the top 30. Obviously, Beastie, you know, ranked #1. So Kiljardi's going to have an uphill battle today. But I think this just goes to, you know, base planning, right? Like, naturally, when you come in as the Byzantines, you're immediately like, put down my system straight away. But on this map, it might just be that you actually have to think, where am I going to put my system so that I don't block my Grand Winery? Because he's actually getting destroyed right now by this placement. It might not seem like a lot, but just remember, okay, now he can't place farms around it to the south. Now he can't place farms around it to this top side. Do you really want to place farms up here? So you're losing a huge bonus from those farms. It just doesn't feel good. And I mean, to be fair, like, you're going to be placing it next to the town center anyway if it's on this side. But still, it's one of those things where at least it's a bit safer, you know, than what's happening here. But look, we'll see how it plays. Barracks is going to be coming up here for Beastie. I'm curious to see what the direction is for both of these players with regard to mercenaries. I've got a sneaky suspicion it's just going to be longbows, but then maybe there's a little bit of mind. What's the word? Oh, did you see that? Beastie was going to put down the mill, and then he's like, wait, I don't need the mill. I've got a mill in my Grand Winery. The changes are coming to fruition here. He's absolutely using it as much as he possibly can. So loving to see this, moving the villagers out over onto the berries as well. Beautiful opening coming through from him. So I'm wondering if there's a little bit of metagaming with, instead of going into longbows, you go into javelin throwers. Because I think in the early game, if you go for javelin throwers, it's going to be the best. Like, it'll be good for you, right? But I think as you move towards the mid game to late game, longbows by far just become way more effective. And so I'd be surprised if either player really commits to that early game approach. We do see it is going to be an archery range coming out from Kiljardi here. So perhaps he'll be thinking about moving into Keshiks instead. Could be an option for him. But, of course, there's plenty of berries to be had here. We'll ride on board with him for a little bit and see what the plan is. But at this stage of the game, no real prospect of a second TC coming out for either of these players. Just going to be, I suspect, focusing on the economy on that one base, and you can see both players now picking up that wheelbarrow, so Killjadi not going to be left in the dust, that is for sure. Beastie is going to be caught up very quickly, or rather, Killjadi's going to be catching up to Beastie very quickly. That's probably the better way to say it. But, I mean, for the most part, let's do a relic check. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relics. Seem to be relatively evenly positioned. Like, this one's really favorable for Beastie, this one for Killjadi, and then you've got 3 that are kind of in the middle. This one a bit favored towards Beastie, and then these 2, I mean, this one's kind of favored towards Killjadi, but like it's pretty even Stevens, and relics aren't a huge component of this matchup. But one thing to note, though, have a look at this outpost coming up. This outpost, to me, signals, hey, I'm thinking about going for Castle Age. I don't know, does anybody else get that kind of idea? To me, that's what it says. Anyway, we'll have to see how it plays out. Now, this is probably one of those situations where you could actually justify putting a mill down. Look how far these villagers are having to gather. And it's quite curious that he's opting for these berry bushes first. Now, of course, he's got wheelbarrow, which is always nice because it means that you can gather up that extra little bit before you have to drop off, but it still feels pretty far in the first place. So we'll have to pay attention and see whether he does drop that mill down. But now it's going to be the mercenary house coming down. Olive Grove also. We'll check in on the other side of the map and we'll see exactly what Killjadi's up to. And there's the mercenary house coming out for him. So both of these players looking to pick up their mercenaries now as the archers begin to come through. Beastie very carefully keeps those villagers alive. Needs to make sure they avoid going down that road. But looks like it's just going to be a lumber camp over on this top side. Keep in mind, Beastie has the barracks out, and the mercenaries, he's going to be going for the javelin throwers. Okay, so Beastie opting for the javelin throwers. Let's check in with Killjadi and see which angle he's going to take. And there we go, the longbowman. So just as we suspected, a little bit of metagaming coming out here. And I'm curious to see how it goes, because I think, if anything, this actually buys space for Beastie. If he wants to go for a fast castle, I think this is a smart move. Because at the end of the day, 4 javelin throwers are going to be absolutely fine against 5 longbows, right? So if you want to push the issue with longbows, you're going to have a tough time doing that because the javelins will be really good up until there's about, 20 javelins. Then you don't really have to worry too much about the javelins. But before then, the javelins are incredible. And so I think that really buys quite a bit of space here for Beastie by going into that. So very smart. I love the fact that he's gone into the Lamentinais, or in fact, that's almost a little bit of a giveaway by going into the Lamentinai. But Killjadi just going to be going for a full archer composition at the moment, looking to box in Beastie at the moment. Have a look at this. Archer's moving towards the top side, but have a look from Beastie's perspective. He's got a little bit of help coming in from those, is it the Palatine settlements, I want to say? The border settlements, rather. I think the Palatine is the landmark, isn't it? Have a look at this. Beastie is completely boxed in right now. Archers on every single side of his base. He is really, really locked in. Struggling at the moment. Lamentinai did come out, but they're going to be forced back. Javelin throwers are, or at least should be out. Where are they, though? I don't see them. Are they towards the back of the base? Yeah, towards the back of the base. So we'll be able to deflect these archers. Now, one of the other things to note is just have a look at gold, all right? So Beastie's got his main base gold. And let's say that Killjadi maintains a strong presence on this north side of the map. Have a look at this. 1, 2, 3 golds all next to each other. Big gold in the center, another gold here, another 2 golds on the back side. This top side of the map is incredible if you want to control resources. Not to mention there's only a boar and deer packs down here. Everything else is just like, there's a big gold. Okay, sure. And then that's pretty much it. Like, there's nothing else that's going on this south side of the map. It is all about the north side of the map. We'll take a look and see from their perspective. So Beastie knows that, the north side has got it going on. You can see him beginning to anchor towards this side as well. Instead of, so he's put his walls up on this side. Instead of walling here and then expanding down towards this angle, he's definitely looking to expand towards the north because there are more resources up here. Javelin's out now. Lamentinai as well. We're right on board with Killjadi. As Killjadi has scouted out the map, he will know exactly what is up here as well. And we'll be looking early on to put some pressure towards the beast. Now, at this stage of the game, no one really making a play towards the castle age. No second town centers coming through at this stage. Level 3 on the cisterns at the moment for Killjadi. Beastie at the same time, only level 2. Not a huge difference though. Realistically, you're talking 14% versus 18%. I don't even think that's enough to really, I wouldn't even consider, like, okay, sure, you're slightly ahead. Oh, no! Massive problem right now for Beastie in the north of the map. Killjadi technically should have kept walking until he was literally on top of those villagers. He only managed to take out 4, but I reckon he could have taken out all of those villagers if he wanted to. And I think that's just, you know, you catch those villagers and you're just kind of jittery, right? Like, you're like, oh, the villagers, get the villagers! And unfortunately, you just, you know, you blow your arrows a little bit too early. And, yeah, realistically, you want to wait until you're right next to their face. Sorry, I'll stop. All right, Beastie's getting on the aggressive now. Buying plenty of space out here. He's looking to wall on that north side, but at the same time, we still see those archers behind the scenes. Expect to see javelins coming out to deal with it. I don't know how well it's going to go. And at this point in time, I mean, Beastie's putting on the pressure pretty well to kill Jardy, especially taking out all those workers. He's taken out 6 workers so far this game as another one goes down on this blacksmith. Now, Beastie has walled up towards this western corner of his base, which means that it's going to be difficult if Killjadi actually wants to get through. He will need to come directly through the base, and the town center is just going to be happy to whack away at him. Grand Winery, I don't think we ever could have expected this Grand Winery to be killed in this position. You know, this was such a great position for the Grand Winery from Killjadi. Oh, Lord. Oh, you hate to see it, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's one of those things where, look, Killjadi will go away from this and he will learn, I've got to think about where am I placing my landmark from the very beginning of the game. +1 ranged attack not yet through. It is though for Beastie. Or rather, he's got the armor as well. So you're talking about 5 damage against 4 armor. These javelin throwers basically taking no damage. And now look at this. Beastie going to be cleaning up everything from Killjadi's army. So Beastie definitely buying himself quite a bit of time, a bit of space here as well. Towards that north side, the wall has come up almost completely now. And this is going to give him access to so many resources. So I think this is going to be a really important part of playing forts. So if you're watching and seeing this map for the first time, let's treat this as a bit of a learning lesson. I haven't actually covered this over on my Patreon, which if you'd like to check out, let me throw that up on the screen so that you can check that one out if you want to improve. There's plenty of coaching content over there, but we haven't really talked much about forts yet. But one of the things that I would immediately be drawing to is paying attention to the resource distribution. I don't know whether it's going to be like this every single time you play forts, or maybe it switches sides, or, you know, maybe spawns are a little bit different, but you want to be paying attention to where those resources come up and then looking to try and begin migrating out there, essentially the same way Beastie has, where he's closed off one side of his base where really there's nothing down on that expansion side, and then just, you know, compared to this north side, he has just gone absolutely full send. But speaking of full send, once again, villagers might be going down here. Longbow's teeing off as well, and it looks like it's going to be another villager that falls. Beastie already down 7 villagers in this game, but have a look at this. 4 Hierosophants. Beastie is going Byzantine beast mode right now. He's looking for the kill. You can almost certainly say that. Right now, he is going absolutely all in. All the units jumping inside the Hierosophant as well. Now, keep in mind, he's literally ignoring the Grand Winery because it's gone down to a couple of javelin throwers. And I think at this stage, Killjadi's probably started to scratch his head and go, I don't know about this one, Drongo. I think we could be in a little bit of trouble. Now, I've talked about it before, but I'll briefly mention it again. Hierosophants, when they attack the same target, are not as strong as battering rams. Even though you're paying more for them, not as strong. So just keep that in mind. Horsemen are out. We're going to enter into the cinematic mode. I think this is going to be really helpful here, just because we've got so much happening on the screen right now. And now the javelin throwers, a little bit overwhelmed. I think +1's almost certainly come through now for Killjadi, which means a little bit extra on that defense. But look at the number of units that are out here. Beastie trying his best to keep his units alive. Shield wall comes out on the Lamentinite, but you can see how slow they are trying to deal with these horsemen. Javelin throwers looking to take it off. And keep in mind, if this landmark falls, you could have a problem. At the same time, the water is falling down on the Hierosophants. I wish it was more than cosmetic. I would love if this water cancelled out the fire from the Hierosophants. Unfortunately, it does. A little bit of problems with the pathing on the backside. 3 Hierosophants still attacking on this front. 1 falls down. Now all 3 are still looking to take down that town center, but where are the units from Beastie? I think Beastie's lost absolutely everything. As long as there's villagers here to repair this town center, he should be fine. Killjadi should. And it looks like he will. The Hierosophants get cleaned up, and Beastie, despite turning on Byzantine beast mode, we'll have to head back to the drawing board and have a look at this. 46 military against 9. Yikes. That's a lot. Now, what's going on here? I thought this was a wall. I looked on the minimap. I'm like, is Beastie going for like double walls? Of course not. No, this is a big aqueduct network that he's looking to put down. Now, my question is, how is Beastie planning on holding this imminent attack from his opponent? Because there's a lot of archers out right now. That was an impressive control from Kiljardi. I'm kind of impressed at how much damage he was able to do there, despite the javelin throwers being out. You know, maybe I give the javelin throwers too much credit in the early game. I always just thought to myself, you know, every time I'm playing against the Malians, javelin throwers do really well in the feudal age, and then they really fall off towards like mid-castle age. They're great early castle as well, but at this point in the game, I figured they should be A-okay. Villager count for Kiljardi still going well. Both of the upgrades, both players have got the same upgrades when it comes to the economy. Wheelbarrow, horticulture, or rather, horticulture and double broadaxe. No specialized pick for either of these players at this stage of the game. We'll switch it over to income per minute, get a bit of an idea on where they're at. Looks like Beastie a little bit over 1,300 a minute compared to his opponent, who sits at a pretty nice 1,700-ish. That's just me eyeballing it though, so please don't get offended if I'm off by 100 or 2. But he's broken through Kiljardi. He knows that this is where Beastie's expansion was planning to go. He telegraphed it by putting these walls down, and now Kiljardi beginning to make his way around. He's looking for any villagers he can find. He wants to further that lead that he's already got. He's going to continue pumping out units as well. We see horsemen behind this, and is Beastie really going right now to castle age when he's got this many units in his base? This dude's an absolute madman. I'm sorry, but how can you justify going to castle age when there's this many units in your base? He's going to try and keep the javelin throwers alive here, but more villagers will be going down. He's got a really nice set of olive groves that have begun to build up here, but we'll check in with how he's doing, because you can see he really badly wants it. But my question is, oh, you know what? He's going to get castle age and then just get veterancy on his javelin throwers straight away. As long as he gets +2 ranged armor as well and then fights, he should be fine, because the javelin throwers will go from 4 armor to 5 and then 6 armor. And the problem is the longbows only do 7 damage, which means that they're doing effectively 1 damage. And because of that, it means that it's going to take... So here you've got 46 units, and the javelin throwers have 80 health or 70 health, but then obviously veterancy comes through as well, so they get a little bit of a buff there. But I think it should be about 2 shots, maybe even 3 shots for each javelin thrower. And I suspect with the Golden Horn Tower, he'll be looking to get out even more of those, and we can see more in queue. So I think he's trying to play to that same kind of concept that the Malians do, where they go early castle and just look to rely on that javelin thrower mass, which is a smart move here. Horseman numbers are starting to build, though, for Kiljardi, up to 16. So definitely got a nice military advantage. He's got that eco advantage going at the moment. So the only disadvantage he will have is going to be in regard to that tech. So what are the keys that we're looking for in that castle age? I guess the big thing for me, as I mentioned before, +2 ranged armor is going to be really key here, as well as veterancy on the javelin throwers. Veterancy on the Lemetinai is also going to be important, but I think another really important thing will be going into a mangonel. Just a single mangonel can be really, really helpful here, as long as you can get it out before your opponent pushes. But now Beastie looking to come out. He's spotted the Hyrule font. Interestingly, hasn't put a wall down. He's got a single outpost that stands strong at the front of the base, but I suspect it's going to be made very quick work of. Golden Horn Tower about to come up. He's up to 12 javelin throwers now. Expect to see those upgrades coming through immediately. Let's have a look and see whether he goes into the veteran contract. Click it, Beastie, click it. I know you want to click it. Beastie, wake up. Where are you, son? He's going into Varangian Guards. Of all units, it's the Varangian Guard that he's looking to go into, and +2 ranged armor behind it. I suspect he's probably picked up the special Dialecticus. And now, 91 military population against 35. Beastie's going to try his best to hold on Hyrule, looking to siege down those barracks. He's only got the one Hyrule out. Could be a little bit of a mistake from him. We enter into the cinematic mode to witness Beastie starting to lose all of those villagers on the backside. Lemetinai also. He's come in right before that castle age upgrade has come through. You can see no veterancy just yet. Varangian Guards looking to get towards the front. They're actually taking up a fair bit of damage here. Keep in mind, they do have that extra little bit of armor, just like the men-at-arms do. And could this be a strong defense from Beastie just by going into the Varangian Guard? It could, in fact, be. Can we just quickly check how much armor this bad boy's got? He's got 6 armor. Okay, so he's actually going to be fine then, because the Varangian Guards are going to be able to tank up all the archer shots. Doesn't have to worry about going into the veterancy on the javelin throwers, and instead is just able to use those men-at-arms or Varangian Guard in this situation to just do all the tanking, and it's a slow and steady battle. Let's bring that UI back in. I want to see what's the military difference right now. It's 16 against 45, so Beastie's still outnumbered 3-1, but a lot of that is going to be reinforcements coming across the map. But realistically, as long as these Varangian guards continue being brought out, I think he should be okay. You can see the numbers are starting to build. He's up to... He's only on 4. Oh, I don't know. He's holding on for dear life, we'll say that much. Third landmark's in the back of the base as well, so he should be okay for a little bit longer as long as there's not too many Hierosophons in here. But it has been an absolute swinging game right now. I tell you what, it is like nothing else. All right, archers continuing to move through. Look how many villages have gone down. Beastie down 18 villages in this game. And just like always, this could be another Beastie loss. For some reason, there's only... Whenever we're casting Beastie games, it just seems to be Beastie losses. I don't know why that is. We always... I'm jumping in live as these games happen to watch Beastie. But unfortunately, the ones that we seem to watch just always end in his demise. And he's going to try his best to keep his head above water here. But I'll be honest with you, I think he's done it. I think he's done it. The Varangian guards have held... And while he's lost a lot of villages, he's lost double digits, 21 villages. That's a huge amount. The majority of forces have been defeated. Boar on the south side, plenty of natural resources over towards the east, and he's got a nice farming economy going. How does he pull this back? If he was going to pull this back, how does he pull it back? Because he's one of the best player in the world right now. If there's anybody who knows how to pull this game back, it's Beastie. Let's watch. Let's witness. Do we see something great today? 21 minutes into the game, and it looks almost certain that Killjadi will defeat his opponent. I think at this stage, honestly, all Killjadi needs to do, go Castle Age himself, throw a second town center down, insulate himself in the late game. Like, this right here is what you want to be avoiding. You know, you've already gone for this Castle Age timing. Your opponent's already hit Castle Age. They've already got their veterancy upgrades. You need to now get Castle yourself. You need crossbows to deal with this very clear direction from your opponent who wants to go into Varangian guards. So I think that is going to be very relevant. But BC now looking to try and keep this Monk alive. I don't think it's going to be there, unfortunately, as he gets zapped. But that's one relic. Keep in mind, the Grand Winery, it's honestly, after the change to the Grand Winery, I think this landmark is actually legit. I think this landmark has gone from... That single change has pushed this landmark from like maybe a C tier landmark to being probably like an A tier landmark now. It feels really good, dude, because it gives you a lot throughout the game, and just the fact that you can also get horticulture, you can get wheelbarrow from it without having to drop that mill, really to me make a massive difference. It just gives a lot more viability to the landmark and to collecting berries in general, because one of the big issues you've got with berries is if we can find some out here, you know, you put your landmark here and you've got to run all the way down here to get this last berry patch. So wheelbarrow really helps out. But now Varangian guards beginning to move forward. You can see that they're having an easy time up against the horsemen here. Keep in mind that that Killjadi didn't go for that hippodrome, so he's not going to be getting that extra damage buff. He will be struggling against these heavily armored units. And now those archers looking to try and come through. A little bit of a monk coming back in. We'll be able to hopefully get that relic inside the Grand Winery. That'll be the first one of the game. Obviously, he tried for that second one towards the top side. Hasn't found it just yet. 17 villager advantage at the moment for Killjadi. But now the Varangian guards are starting to build. He's up to 10 Varangian guards. 6 more in queue. He is intent. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is a mistake. Why is this a mistake? You might... Wait. He's only just repairing the cisterns now? He's only been on level 1 cistern this whole time? Beastie's been on level 5 for so long. Despite this villager difference, I'm curious. Let's quickly count it out. Beastie looking like he's at about 1,800, 1,900 resources a minute, compared to his opponent, who looks to be on a little bit more than that, maybe 2K. Wow, okay, Beastie might still be in it with a bit of a chance. Killjadi immediately throws down the crossbows, but you can, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this has been a little bit of a mistake from Killjadi. I definitely don't think that follow-up was necessary, that he was doing. He bought himself enough space with that first attack, just needed to go up to Castle Age and throw the second TC down. And I think he would have been fine as long as he got out the crossbows quickly, because he saw the Varangian guards. He knew it was slowly starting to fall away from him. And now Beastie, all of a sudden, going to be running into his opponent's base. No walls here to protect him either. So he's not going to be able to buy any time. Needs these crossbows out yesterday. Expect to see Cataphracts as well joining the party. Indeed, that's going to be the case. Villagers coming out. Cataphract looking to join the fray. Crossbows getting picked off by the javelin throwers, doing a wonderful job in low number here. able just to one-shot each of these range units on the backside of Beastie with the Varangian Guard all of a sudden looking to start taking names. 13 workers taken down. Beastie with a couple villagers in the back, and look at all these villagers just idled out. I think they were trying to put a mining camp down, and Beastie, out of all the people, took the mining camp in the back corner of the map. And now those villagers have just kind of gone, what's happening here? And, well, they've got their shivs out. Things are about to get serious here for Killjadi and Beastie, as it is villager-on-villager action. A couple of the cataphracts, though, looking to secure this position in the base, will manage to do pretty well here. Still another villager caught there, and we've got 23 workers against 13 workers that have been taken out. A single cistern sits here, just with its exposed water level. Might want to connect this to the network. Why is this not connected? Don't tell me it's bugged. Is it something weird, like it's only got specific connection spots and it hasn't been connected all the way? Don't tell me that's what it is. I really hope Killjadi picks up on this, because he is losing out a massive amount of resources here. Beastie currently sits on 26% gather rate increase, compared to Killjadi, who's got a couple of villagers on 14 and a couple of villagers on 10%. So you're effectively behind an upgrade. Like, if we think about the upgrades, they're 15% each. You're behind an upgrade. That's it. That's a lot. That's a lot to be behind. Beastie now only behind 9 villagers. Has somehow managed to pull this one back. The Varangian Guards, together with those Javelin Throwers in that push, managed to do a lot of work. And now Varangian Guard numbers starting to look really good here for Beastie. Keep in mind, these guys have got a lot of damage on them. +1 also going to be coming in to help. Hopefully we see that +2. Now Beastie going to be looking for a Hierosophon. Still, we don't see that system of the first hill coming through just yet. Meanwhile, over towards that east side, more Varangian Guards coming in. The consequence of not walling right now is that these Varangian Guards have absolute free reign into your base. And as a result, you have to bring all of your army. Instead of just sending a couple of crossbows and a villager to repair the wall, you now have to send all of your army, and that's going to leave you open towards the front. The Hierosophon is untouched. Look at this, a couple of camel riders now joining the fray also. Beastie together with these Lametani, yet to receive their veterancy upgrade, but it is coming through now. He's only got a hand or 2 handfuls of them, but you still want to try and prioritize that veterancy upgrade. And now scores, look at this, locked, less than 7 points between them. Less than 10 points between them, I guess is probably a better way to say that. Now Beastie going to be working down the aqueduct to nowhere. Lametani might need to turn around here. They pop their shield wall, and we enter into the cinematic mode to witness the defense of the system of the first hill. That's what he's going for right now. He's looking to try and keep it alive. I think he's going to do all right. He's got some decent numbers here, but keep in mind those Lametani have now got their veterancy upgrade. Teardrop shield. Don't make me look for a Beastie. I know it's somewhere up here. Where is it? There it is. He's just trying to distract me. Get out of here, Beastie. I know what you're up to, you cheeky, sneaky little beast. And look at the number of units that have come out here now. Beastie overwhelming his opponent in this fight. That veterancy timing was absolutely immaculate, and that's going to be the game. Killjadi tapping out. Ladies and gentlemen, go check him out. I mean, you know who he is. You know where he's from. You know where to find him. I'll leave a link in the description where you can go and watch him anyway. You go catch him live on Twitch. You go say good day from me, and let's talk about this game. Wow, thoughts. All right, it actually worked out to be a pretty good game. I'm happy with that. What do you guys reckon? Let me know.